What is up, everybody, and welcome to the first Let's Talk Disc Golf live. Oh my God, this is live. Oh no, if I mess up, it's gonna be so bad. Not the first, but this is the live podcast that I'm doing. That's what we're gonna do. We are going to talk. Oh no, oh my God, this is live. Oh no. If I mess up, it's gonna be so bad.
Audio is coming out.
Well, not the first, but
okay.
This is the live.
So yeah, this is my live podcast.
I'm doing.
The reason why it's live is so we can talk.
That's what we're
disc
gonna
golf.
do.
That's
live
exactly
to
the
talk.
name of
No,
the stream.
God, this is live. Oh no.
I will get
If I
a
mess up, it's
few
gonna be so
keys worked
bad.
out with like
Audio
the
is coming out.
first.
Well, not the first,
good
but
video.
okay.
This is the
live.
So yeah,
But anyway,
this is my live podcast.
Today,
The reason why it's live is so we can talk.
That's what we're gonna do.
I do have a couple
That's
things
exactly
planned.
no.
I do
The stream.
God, this is
to
get some people.
I will get a
on
mess
here
up. It's
one
gonna be so
day
bad.
to maybe
Like,
talk
first,
about
well, not the
something
first,
very
but
video.
I know a
This
couple
is
local
live.
people that I can get
So
on.
yeah,
But anyway,
this is my live
today,
podcast video.
The reason
like
why it's live
inside,
is so
if not,
that's what we're gonna do.
I do have a couple things planned.
I do plan to put this
as like an
official.
official.
I will get a mess up.
podcast.
It's gonna be so bad.
To maybe
Like,
talk
first,
about
well, not
just
the first,
just
but
video.
okay,
This
this
is
is
live.
live.
So yeah,
But anyway,
this is my live podcast video.
Reason why it's
and
live is
if not,
that's what we're gonna
first
do.
thing I do have a couple
planned.
things
I do plan to put this
as like an
I
official.
will get a mess up. It's gonna be so bad.
I didn't write it down because I want to talk. So yeah,
but anyway,
this is my live podcast.
The reason why it's
And if not,
all these topics I have
first
thing
thing
I do plan to put this as like an official. Get a mess up.
and then
Talking about
I didn't write it down because I want to talk. So yeah,
but anyway, this is my live podcast.
The reason why it's
If not, all these topics I have
first thing
we can do that too. I do plan to put this.
I was going to talk
Get a mess up.
and then
talking about
I didn't write it down first because I want to talk. So yeah,
but anyway, this is my live podcast.
the reason why it's
If not, all these topics I have
first thing
we can do that too. I do plan to put this.
I was going to talk.
Get a mess up.
I didn't write it down first because I want to talk. So yeah,
but anyway, this is my live podcast.
the reason why it's
If not, all these topics I have
first thing
we can do that too. I do plan to put this.
I was going to talk.
Get a mess up.
Obviously, I didn't write it down first because I want to talk. So yeah,
but anyway, this is my live podcast. All these topics I have
first thing
I do plan to put this.
I was going to talk.
Get a mess up.
Obviously, I didn't write it down first because I want to talk. So yeah,
but anyway, this is my live podcast. All these topics I have I do plan to put this.
I was going to talk. I don't know. Obviously, I didn't write it down first because I want to talk. So yeah,
but anyway, this is my live podcast. All these topics I have I do plan to put this.
I was going to talk. I don't know. Obviously, I didn't write it down first because I want to talk. So yeah,
but anyway, this is my live podcast. All these topics I have I do plan to put this.
I was going to talk. I don't know. Obviously, I didn't write it down first because I want to talk. So yeah,
but anyway, this is my live podcast. All these topics I have I do plan to put this.
I was going to talk. I don't know. Obviously, I didn't write it down first because I want to talk. So yeah,
but anyway, this is my live podcast. All these topics I have
right there.
I do plan to put this. You probably will talk. 3 years. I do plan to put this. All these topics I have I do plan to put this. You probably will talk. 3 years. I do plan to put this. You probably will talk. 3 years. I do plan to put this. You probably will talk. 3 years. I do plan to put this. You probably will talk. 3 years. I do plan to put this. You probably will talk. 3 years. I do plan to put this. You probably will talk. 3 years. I do plan to put this. You probably will talk. 3 years. I do plan to put this. You probably will talk. 3 years. I do plan to put this. You probably will talk. 3 years. I do plan to put this. You probably will talk. 3 years. I do plan to put this. You probably will talk. 3 years. I do plan to put this. You probably will talk. 3 years. I do plan to put this. You probably will talk. 3 years. I do plan to put this. You probably will talk. 3 years. I do plan to put this. You probably will talk. 3 years. I do plan to put this.
Right there, that's I do. You probably Right there, that's I just you probably will tell me in 3 years and I don't know.
Oh no. Did that fix it? Oh no. Um, hopefully that fixed it. That sounded horrible. I'm very sorry. Oh no, this is not good. Okay. Pause. This sucks. Um Okay, yeah, that worked. My bad. Okay. Don't leave. I promise everything's fine. I'm the audio master and I can't even do that right. No, I'm joking. Okay. Back to what I was saying. Obviously, it seems like Isaac and Ezra was like a two package deal. Like, if you're going to get one, you got to get the other one. But that was not the case. Honestly, I could see him with Discraft, and that's exactly where he went. Let me just double check this audio. All right, yeah, that sounds way better. um, so yeah, I did watch a little bit of the New Zealand tournament that they did. That was technically his first time on camera using Discraft, but at first I think he had some nerves. I'm not gonna spoil it. I haven't even watched the whole thing. I don't even think third round is out yet. But as far as his comfortability with the discs, I don't know how long he's been throwing Discraft because I know some people that were not on like Innova. They obviously everyone has thrown Innova, so like they know what they want to use and like they know what the discs do. Um, he was throwing the Malta really well. Yeah, I did notice that. I They did say that not many pros on Discraft use that disc. I don't even know what it is. I'm not gonna say I don't like Discraft. I have never thrown a Discraft disc except the Stalker. I've thrown the Stalker like one time. When I got my September box from Foundation, um, I did not forget to make the video. That was going to be the first month that I did the Foundation challenge, like the 3 disc challenge with the mystery box. But there was a Discraft disc, and that is literally the only one that I have. I think it's trying to be a T-Bird without being called T-Bird. But again, like I don't know how comfortable he is with these, but he did go OB quite a few times off some big drives. I would think because, well, those courses out there, I see that it's pretty easy to go OB. It looks like some tight fairways, but I feel like he threw a couple of those shots and didn't exactly know what it was going to do, how hard it was going to skip, how far it was going to go. There's so many things that you have to take in consideration when it comes to, I assume, switching companies and, knowing what drivers do what. But I'm all for pros bringing out the underrated discs, kind of like that one. I assume it's underrated since not many pros are throwing them, or no pros at all. So the next thing, and we can keep talking about this if you want. Um, I was just pointing that out because that's one thing that's been that's pretty big right now is who's going where. Um, I should have wrote all this down, but I know Emerson Keith left Innova, Big Germ left Innova. That was like I did not expect that. I don't think anyone expected that. Like I thought he was just kind of like on a lifetime deal, kind of like how kind of like Ken Climo, like everyone just thought he was going to be on Innova for life. Like he just got a lifetime deal, and he would never go anywhere else. And I think it was Discraft he was going to, which I think I read it right. I should have put that down here because that's some more recent news. All this is recent stuff. So if you want to talk about some past stuff, we can do that. But apparently it wasn't confirmed. Like it is not confirmed that Ken Climo is going to Discraft. So right now, I don't think he's sponsored by anybody. He just came out with a new logo today. I should have made it to where I could throw that up on there. It's whatever. It's my first time doing this, so hopefully next time I'll be more prepared. We will be doing this every Saturday at 7 o'clock. And if you're listening to it, it's over on YouTube on Steven Kitchen's Disc Golf. So go check it out. So the 2025 season starts February 22nd at Supreme Flight Open. I assume that's somewhere in Florida since that's where it always starts. But if you can't wait that long, we were just talking about it. The Tour Down Under in New Zealand is popping off. Go Throw is down there covering it all. That is the channel where they do skins, and Luke Humphreys is like the main guy on that channel. He does all the commentaries. But it was GK Pro, and now they're down there covering those tournaments. I assume the weekend before February 22nd. That's how it usually goes. I don't know of any pros staying out there for like longer than that. I think they were out there for 2 months, or they're going to be out there for 2 months playing in New Zealand. So really, they don't have off on their off season. That's up to them. I know Aaron Gossage is out there. Ezra Robinson's out there. Luke Humphreys is obviously out there. There's quite a few of our people, the Americans. So while we're on the subject of Go Throw, and this is nothing like super recent, but recent enough, especially if you've never heard it. They announced that they will have their own tour, which is ballsy, dude. Who thought, oh, hey, let's be a competitor to the Disc Golf Pro Tour? That was probably the most shocking thing I've heard of this offseason. Most of this is off-season talk. I would like to speak about projections, like who's going to win Worlds, and are we going to see more than like a small handful of winners on the Pro Tour? I would like to see, I know it's probably never going to happen, but I would like to see a group of people, like a different winner every weekend. I know it's not too exciting, but I like seeing people get their first win. They announced that they will have their own tour, sort of becoming the competition of the Pro Tour. To me, that's a ballsy move. I feel like it would cause too much separation in the pro scene. I mean, I don't know. I don't really feel like there's too much separation in the pro scene, but if we're going to talk about that, like having a competitor to the Disc Golf Pro Tour, which I never thought was going to happen. No one's thinking about like, oh, I wish there was a different tour, But they claim to have everyone's favorite pros. And I would think if they're a competitor to the Disc Golf Pro Tour, wouldn't they like have very strict rules on if you have a tour card with the Disc Golf Pro Tour, then you're not going to go play the Go Throw tournaments. That's what I would think. It's cool that there's going to be more like Pro Tour type tournaments in different areas because they're not going to go to the same course. Probably not even the same area as the Pro Tour. I haven't looked at the schedule and compared them. I probably should have done that. I didn't even think about doing that until right now. But if they claim to have everyone's favorite pros and they have these really tight restrictions on who can play it and all that stuff, then it's going to be extremely separated. And if people are thinking their favorite pros are going to be at these tournaments, then they might be very disappointed. Yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to work yet. I haven't really heard too much like details about different, too much details about the fine print on who can play it, who can't. They won't be competing against tournaments, though. No conflicting dates. Sounds more like a Silver Series to me. Affiliated with the Pro Tour. Yeah, I would think it's more like a C-tier tour. Not a C-tier tour, like a A-tour kind of thing. Kind of like how the Q Series was, which they replaced with the Silver... they replaced the Silver Series with the Q Series. That definitely won't be considered a qualifier. It's just going to be kind of like a one-off kind of thing. That tour doesn't seem as long as the Pro Tour, so maybe if it just doesn't work, they just scrap the idea. I really don't know. Let's see. Did I say everything about this one? I'm sure there's going to be a lot of drama about it. There's always drama going on. As if there wasn't enough already, this might ramp up the drama. And I'm okay with that. People sort of make up more drama than there actually is, I think, in the pro scene. Sometimes there's drama aside from the pro scene. Like, recently there was, what was it? In Memphis, that the Masters, what is it called? Oh my God, I forgot what the course is called. And it's sort of kind of local to me. Bud Hill. Oh, man. Bud Hill. That's what it is. It is Bud Hill Masters, which happens every year. My chat went away. Dang it. Yeah. I didn't know the guy personally. I know a lot of people who knows the guy. And everyone's mad. Lots of people are mad. Can I bring the chat back up? Join the conversation. I would love to. There we go. Right. Cool. Sorry about that. Trying to make sure it popped back up. All right. There's one other thing. Oh, yeah. No, there's a couple more things. For the first time ever, there will be a Worlds in Finland or in Europe, which is super sick. I think that's great. Tickets are going insanely quick. I don't plan on going because I don't have a passport. I don't have a way of going to Europe. I would love to. That would be super sick. Uh-oh. Did someone say disc golf? Someone did say disc golf. We are talking about disc golf. what would you like to talk about? Right now, I'm talking about the tour, or not the tour, but no, I'm talking about Europe and how, for the first time ever, they're going to have the Worlds in Finland, which I know I that's another thing I never really thought about. On top of having like a competitive tour aside from the pro tour, um, but there's a projected audience count of 25,000 people. And I don't know if anyone really paid too much attention on the tournaments from last season in Finland specifically. I think that's why they picked Finland. There was an insane amount of people. Never, I don't think they've ever had a turnout like they had in Finland. So I think that's why they're doing it in Finland. There's going to be two different courses. I assume it's going to be 5 rounds, but they're splitting it up between two courses. Um, I would think there's going to be more than 25,000. I know that sounds like a crazy number. Hopefully, these courses can accommodate that many spectators. I assume the spectator areas is going to outdo the size of the course. You know, like as in like how many, like as of how many feet it is, and all that. I'm sure there's a lot of planning going into that. How it's going to match up. It's going to be way different. I think it's going to be the biggest thing we've ever seen in disc golf. I think they already have like disc golf on their sports networks. Like it's that big over there. Um, I think having worlds in Europe can boost it even more, especially over there. I did never think that Europe needs help with getting into disc golf and stuff. Maybe some specific countries, because some of them don't have many or any disc golf courses. But one thing I'm wondering is, since Worlds has always been over see or since Worlds has always been in America, and pretty much everyone that plays on tour can make it, obviously, to Worlds. Now that it's in Finland, what about those like lower dudes, like not cashing every single tournament and maybe can't afford to go? Are they just like out of luck when it comes to playing the Worlds this year? 5 rounds would be brutal. I'm new and mostly throw forehand, which kills my arm in long tournaments. Man, I only pull out the forehand when it is absolutely needed. Like if I physically can't throw a backhand, I will do everything in my power to throw a backhand. I've like curved around a tree before trying to just throw a backhand. That's how bad I want to throw backhands. That's how much I hate forehands. But last time I threw a forehand, I threw one, and then one of the dudes was like, "Okay, you hate throwing forehands, and you throw great forehands." I'm not saying my forehand's bad. It's just so uncomfortable. I do know some forehand only guys out there. There's not many of them. Those are the guys that usually played sports before they got into disc golf. I did, but not very recently at all. I played baseball when I was a kid. I used to be a pitcher, but it wasn't like in high school or anything. This was like maybe when I was like 12. I hated baseball. Baseball was so stupid. I hate baseball. I hate most sports. I love disc golf and I love bowling. And I have a really good video idea to put those two together. I'm not going to tell you my ideas, but just remember, I will be having a video come out pretty soon. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do it, but I'm doing a crossover with bowling and disc golf. I'm a bowler. I've bowled way longer than I've played most sports, so that's gonna be fun. And a lot of people say the form in bowling doesn't really cross over to disc golf, but like as far as how consistent you have to be, and so many little things could throw off your form. Not really your form, but like what you're trying to do. Like if you're trying to throw a big hyzer flip, or you're trying to make the ball hook into the pins, there's so many little things that can go wrong to where you can't do what you were trying to do. So like in a way it makes sense. It makes sense to be a bowler, and it makes sense to play disc golf. Together. Like I could do both in the same day. I've done both in the same day before many times. Those are good days when I get to go play around and I get to go bowling when it gets dark, which usually a lot more bowling gets done in the winter because it gets dark so quick. But unfortunately, I am not going to my local bowling alley anymore because they thought it would be a good idea to switch to string pins. Don't get me started about string pins. More and more bowling alleys are doing it. It's harder to find those like those OG really old bowling alleys that haven't been updated to where like touch screens and TVs all over the place. I don't want that. I want the good old like 80s style bowling alley. Like that is the best. This it smells good in there. Um it it just feels like you're stepping into the past. It's great. Played lots of hacky sack. Started playing disc golf in '98. Bowling is fun if the ladies are around. Usually it's the ladies that. No, I wouldn't say that. I've seen some really good female bowlers. I mean, like, I don't like going during, like, the party hour when the lights are off and everything is going off, all the lights. And I don't like that. I just want the lights on. Can I see something? Can I see where I'm throwing? Can I see what board I'm standing on? I don't need this lazy, crappy uh, dubstep playing, blasting in my ear while I'm trying to bowl. I love The Big Lebowski. I love it so much. That is one of my favorite movies. Not because it is bowling, but it's just uh, so many iconic lines in that movie. I think I think I repeated a line from that movie the other day. Yesterday, I think it was. I love The Big Lebowski. I don't know if I've ever tried to watch another bowling movie. There's really, if you see The Big Lebowski, every other bowling movie is going to be so bad, I assume. But yes, they even showed like a little commercial. I think it was early on in the season, last season. They did like a bowling kind of like disc golf crossover commercial. It was like talking about. Let me know if you guys remember that. Maybe not. I remember it. It was like talking about how similar. I was kind of just talking about it, but it's talking about how similar each sport is, but you do them in completely different places, and nothing about it is really the same except the form and like how dedicated you have to be. I mean, just like disc golf, you can go bowling. You know, anybody can go bowling. Anybody can bowl. Anybody can. It's one of those things that you can just do. But to master it and to get really good, it takes a lot of time, a lot of practice. Um, One thing I will say about bowling that is not like disc golf is you don't have special. Okay, I wouldn't say that. Okay, I'm gonna say it, but it's not. It's not true. Just like a house ball, like you don't have like if you want to get good, you have to get a custom ball. You have to get something that's not a plastic ball. I have both. My plastic ball is my spare ball. Actually, if you guys want to see my bowling balls, I will bust them out right now. I love talking about bowling. I also watch professional bowling. So if usually in the off season, bowling is popping off, and it's great. I love watching professional bowling. Chris Barnes being one of my favorite bowlers. Um, but yeah, if you guys want to see my bowling balls, I just got a new one about 6 months ago. It's super sick. And then a new version came out. It's just like buying a phone. You buy a phone, you think it's great, and then hey, the new one comes out. Anyway, that's the one thing I will say about disc golf that is not like bowling is even if it's a DX disc, like you're still going to. I mean, even pros use DX or the equivalent of DX, like baseline. I know Philo, he uses like Philo Brathwaite. He's within of a. He uses DX rocks still. I don't know if he even has a premium plastic rock. A lot of people they just have DX AVRs. I have a DX Colt, a DX AVR. I also think I have a DX KC AVR. I have so many AVRs, like piles of them. But my favorite one is the Halo for obvious reasons. I have a whole Halo bag that I just tried to play around with in Nashville, but it decided it wanted to be like almost 20 some degrees. It was so cold. I got out of the car, got all my stuff ready. By the time I made it to the first tee box, I could not feel my hands. So that really wasn't going to be a good video anyway, but I really didn't have much time because I wasn't there for disc golf. I was there to see 6 Feet Under and Nile. It was super sick. Bowling is a lot like playing pool and dart tournaments. Okay, that's one thing I will say I've seen before, but no way am I getting into dart tournaments. Got to upgrade to the premium gear to be competitive. DX plastic isn't bad. R Pro plastic is really nice if you like DX. I have a R Pro. I have a couple of R Pros. Obviously, if you ask anybody that throws a pig, they have R Pro pig. I will. Yeah, I don't know. I want to know what the difference is between DX and R Pros because R Pro is kind of like a premium base plastic, which don't even make sense. I have some DX. I have a DX Colt. That thing flips up and goes straight so good. And it's so beat up. It is like disgusting looking. And it flies great. You have some cool local disc golf tournaments in Chattanooga. What's called Chains on the Links, where they close down a mountain disc golf course. Oh, a mountain golf course for a day. That is super sick. Another cool one inside of minor league baseball stadium. Bro, you live in Chattanooga? Dang, that's not too far from me. I live in Jackson, so like I'm not like super far. I would love to go to Chattanooga and check out some courses. Let me know what courses are good because I want to do a little bit of traveling. Especially with my subscriber showdown. I don't know if you guys I think I've been talking to 2 people this whole time, which is fine. You know, hopefully this picks up and next week we'll have more people and the next week we'll have more people. But I want to do like a little tour with my subscriber showdown where I come to your town, we play your home course so you have a leg up in the competition and we play one-on-one and you guys get to be on the channel. I want to incorporate more people on my channel, but I would love to do it with subscribers. Like I would love to be on Foundation's channel. I would love to be on like Overthrow or Robbie C's channel or Pete's channel or somebody, you know, like I think it would be cool to get people that really watch the channel on my channel. I want people to be excited. I'm excited. I was planning on doing a video today. I'm going to try to do it tomorrow, but I wanted to play in the snow. It snowed so hard. I'm sure you know if you live in Chattanooga, You guys got some bit of ice too. I've been stuck in the house, so I was like, you know what, let's set up a stream for today. Let's get it going and let's have some fun with it. I'm doing this every week, every Saturday. There is one more thing on my list that I forgot to say. This is just a rumor. I don't know if it's true, but Ricky Wysocki is leaving Dynamic Disc, and don't get me started with a Dynamic Disc, but now that we're talking disc golf, let's get started with it. Their budget on pros seem to be pretty good. Have a mom. That is, oh my god, my mom. Yes, I've played Seven Oaks. That was the only Nashville video I did. Are you playing with me right now? How do you even know about Seven Oaks without watching my channel? Did you just look up a course in Nashville and pick? Anyway, their budget for pros seem to be really high, but they need to be spending that money on better disc because everyone I've tried sucks. Like, I hate dynamic disc. I will never build a dynamic disc bag. I have an Innova, 2 Innova bags, MVP bag. My mom just got on here, looked up a random course. Actually, that's funny that you say that. That's the only course in Nashville that I have played. And asked me if I played it. Yes. Actually, I haven't even played the whole thing. I thought this was like a person actually asking me that. Hey, who wants me to get my mom out there on the course to play some disc golf on camera? It's just a fun thing to do. I should yeah, we should do that. Mom, not the course by your house. The one by your house is the worst course I've ever played. I want to do a video on that because I want to show people how insanely terrible that place is. But we're gonna go to like Valentine or something, and we're gonna shoot a video. I'm micing you up and everything. You can't say no. We're doing it. Actually, I don't know if it was last time or the time before, but my mom went to Florida, like she always does, and stayed at a resort with a disc golf course on it. I don't know if it was like a full 18, but she said she went out to play with just whatever disc they had there. Probably DX, probably Innova, probably beat so hard. If I come to Chattanooga, the Sinks, Fletcher Park, Corbettes. That sounds luxurious. That sounds like a nice course. Here we have, I would say the really good courses are outside of Jackson. I don't know if you've ever been to Jackson, but the Bend is almost like pro level course. Like the first hole is like 720, 30 feet. It's big. It's a par 4. We got a bomber course. Actually, we got 2 bomber courses. One college campus that I play at all the time. If you see my videos, you hear me talk about Union. I'm always at Union playing disc golf. That's where I shot all my how to throw videos. I've played a bit in Jonesboro. I'm going back to Jonesboro soon. When I do this crossover with bowling and disc golf, that's what I'm going to be doing. And I have not played JBO, which is another thing I'm going to talk about right now. I hate that Jonesboro is not going to be a thing this year. I wish that's like my annual thing to go to Jonesboro, stay at my sister's house. My sister lives in Jonesboro. Get to hang out with them, get to see my nephew, and I was trying to take him to the last day, the round 3 at Jonesboro. I was like, "You want to go? I have an extra ticket." He's like, "Nah." I was like, dude, come on. He plays disc golf too. My dad plays disc golf with him all the time. They live in Arkansas, and I need to get out there and go play with them and do this bowling crossover video. I have so many videos I need to shoot out there. They have a really cool 9-hole course. We don't have a 9-hole course here. They have a really cool one. Actually, funny thing about that course, I was playing before going to JBO to watch the pros play, and Isaac and Ezra and Alden Harris was out there playing, and I actually have a picture that I got with them, and I asked them. I actually seen them across the way, and I waited on them to get to the tee pad I was at, and I was like, "Yo, can I play the rest of the round with you guys?" They were like, "Yeah," and so I got to play like half a round. I got to play a few holes with the boys, with the crew, and it was so sick. They were so cool, and it was really fun. This was the season before Isaac won his first Worlds. Fort Smith, Arkansas. It's a lot of fun. You got to play Hell on the Border if you get a chance. Oh, it's a tournament. Yes, I would love to play more tournaments. I've missed the little. We had a little series of, it was like a little West Tennessee run of off season tournaments, I guess. I've missed them all. There's one more coming up at Muse. You've seen me play Muse before if you watch the channel. Hey, if you guys are new, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go watch some other stuff. Everything's in a playlist. Have fun watching. I have so many videos, and I'm not planning on stopping. Not at all. I'm just doing this podcast so because I'm always in the comments having full-on conversations with people about disc golf. Why not let everyone come together? You guys can talk to each other, and you guys can answer each other's questions or whatever, and we will talk everything about disc golf. Even my mom, who this is mostly about pros, like all this talk is mostly about pros and the pro tour. My mom does not know about the pros or pro tour. She knows about Seven Oaks. We should go to Nashville and play Seven Oaks and then go to a Predators game. That's what we should do. And I'll make a little side vlog of in Nashville with my mom. I feel like I was in the middle of saying something about Ricky Wysocki and Dynamic Disc. I think I already said my piece on that. That was just a little thing I was going to bring up. One thing I will say about Seven Oaks is I didn't even get to play half a round there. I had the time. It was very windy and very cold. Every time I go to Nashville, it's in the middle of winter, and I'm stupid. For disc golf, every time I got to play in Nashville so far, it's been 20 degrees, and the wind was ripping, which isn't a good combination. But got to get out there this summer. Actually, yeah, if I want to see the Pro Tour this year, I have got to go to Nashville. That is the closest one. I'm actually a little bit closer. I'm actually about 30, 40 minutes closer to Nashville than I am Jonesboro. I am closer to Memphis than I am Nashville, if you're wondering. I'm not going to tell you where I live. I live in Jackson, but I'm not going to tell you where. I live outside of Jackson. Have fun trying to figure it out. But I've never been to Music City Open, and I'm excited to go this year, which is April 6th, I think. I don't know. But I'm really sad that they're not having it at Jonesboro. I do like going to like the little after party. What is it? The Flight Store or something like that. They have like the little after party after the second round where they'll have vendors and stuff, and oh god, I can't believe I'm about to say this. They have Nico out there trying to sell his his disc that he makes. I actually talked to him in Jonesboro last season, and I didn't want to make fun of him. I didn't want to laugh, but I thought it was funny that he was talking about his disc so bad. He was like, "Yo, you gotta try one. Buy one." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure you want me to buy one," but he was like, "Get this, my discs, which he only had 3 at the time. I think he has like 4 or 5 now, but I forgot what the company was called. I don't think it's doing well. You never hear about it, but I think this was like the first time he was bringing it out there, and I was holding his putter, and his putter felt like a berg, but like a berg that like was warped. And he was like, "It is the first line of discs that have a scent." And I smelled it. It smelled like lavender. I can't remember if all of the discs smelt the same or if they had different smells. Who cares about scented discs? That's stupid. The the plastic felt really bad. The shape of it felt really bad. And this was a putter. Everyone talks about pick a putter that feels good in your hands. This putter felt horrible. Like I wanted to throw it, not because I wanted to see how it flew or what it felt like popping out of my hand. I just wanted to throw all of them because I let me know if you guys have ever thrown one, but to me the feeling and all that stuff just feels horrible. You resisted the berg for a long time. Now it's a go-to part job forehand approach. That's yeah. I've had a berg for a very short time. I actually deleted these videos. I'm going to redo them, but I had a berg. I was in Jonesboro shooting this series. It was going to be a huge series that I was planning, and I threw it and I lost it. And it was the last video of that little series. I was actually doing like Battle of the One Speeds. So I had the Sonic, Innovasonic, Polecat. Um, I think I had I had the glitch, and then I had the Berg. And so what I'm gonna do, or what I tried to do, was play 2 discs against each other, 2 discs against each other on the little 9-hole course, so it didn't last too long, and it's easily reachable with 1-speed disc. I almost aced with the Sonic. I still haven't ever aced before, which sucks, but it came down to the Polecat and the Berg at the end, and I threw the Polecat. I parked the first hole. This was the first hole. This was the third video of Battle of the One Speeds. And I threw the Berg. I was trying to do like a little turnover backhand on the 180-foot downhill hole, and it immediately fought out of it, and it was lost. I could not find it. I searched for hours trying to get that video done because that was like the launch of like this my big like battle of all these discs, which I'm still doing. I need a lot of time and a lot of discs that I don't have on that list, and I need time in Jonesboro to do it. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. There's no 9-hole courses here. If there was, that series probably would have been done with already. It's gonna be, hopefully it's gonna be big, but I'm excited to get it out there and do it. But yeah, it was black. So seeing how I lost my Discmania, no, yeah, Discmania DD, the DD driver. Um, that one was black, and I threw it, and it was mostly open. There was a couple trees, but I think it landed right in the open, and I still lost it. Black discs are horrible. If you have a black disc in your bag, you're not going to for very long because you're going to lose it. I love that driver, the Discmania DD. I need another one. That's kind of a reason why I'm nervous to use my Discmania bag for competitive play. Um, because I don't have that DD, because that thing was, I wouldn't say easy distance. I mean, you have to have the form to get really big distance, but that one just made it easier. Like, you got some good turnout of it. It fought back consistently. It was brand new, so I don't know what it would fly like beat in, but I know my friend Thomas said he had a beat in one he was going to give me. Um, I still haven't got it. I don't know if he's even going to give it to me. Hey, if you see this, I know he watches my stuff. Let me know if you still have that DD. I'll gladly take a beat in one and then throw a new one in the bag, so I have two different, kind of mold stack with my drivers. Have two tactics. I have two what was the other one? Method. Yeah, I have two methods, two different plastics. The Berg was great on forehand, but the tactic I think is the best forehand approach disc, in my opinion. It looks like I've been going 51 minutes now. It looks like an hour would be perfect for these. We will go an hour every week, and you can go back and watch this if you want, or if you want to share it, get the word out there that there's a cool new live podcast that you can be a part of. Next week, I will try to have a guest on. We're going to try that, and maybe if you guys want to vote who your favorite guest was, and they can be a weekly person on the stream, I'm going to try to get them here, tell them to come over and shoot with me. I can have up to 4 mics down here. So, yeah, I will have a mic holder soon. I've been holding this mic the whole time. It's going to be a little bit more official. There will be, more. It will be more planned out, but I do want to have one person. I just talked about him, my friend Thomas. I do want to have him on here because if it wasn't for him, we would not have tournaments out here. We would not have Muse Park to play at. He's done a lot. I really think not enough people give him credit. He's a tournament director. He is the reason why there is a scene in Jackson, Tennessee. So I think that would be cool to have him on. He can also answer your guys' questions. I will see what he can do. I know of some other people I can have on here. I know of a pro that we can have on here if he wants to come on here. So yeah, I'm thinking, how can I better the podcast? How can I make it bigger? I mean, this is the first one. I'm too ambitious, way too ambitious. If you guys want to talk about anything else real quick, let's do it. I think I'm going to limit these to an hour, unless they just go over. I kind of felt like I've ran out of stuff to talk about. Or we can go back to, I got a little bit written down for what I had planned. What do you guys think about who else thought Isaac Robinson was going to go to Discmania? I thought that was a given. I'm like, you don't even have to announce it because we already know. But it's not about where the crew goes. Will he ever be with the crew? Because I know most of the crew, and when I talk about the crew, I'm talking about Alden Harris and everyone on his everyone in his videos. Gannon Berg, Gavin Babcock. He lives in Jonesboro. I'm trying to get him on. I've talked to him last off season, and he was like, I'm too busy because I was going to start a new series and try to get pros on. I could still do it. But Brian Earhart kind of took my idea. I mean, my idea was all up here, and Brian Earhart kind of did the same thing. He didn't run with it though. That's a good thing. He did not run with this idea. He did it once and that was it. I want to get it going. I need pros, like big pros. I'm not talking about like, oh hey, we're gonna do it with this local pro. No, I'm trying to get the pros on there. But you already know all the pros on Discmania. They're all part of the YouTube channel. Oh yes, hoping for Innova for Isaac, dude. You already know if you watch my channel, I love Innova. I've thrown Innova so long and only recently started branching out. Um, when I started to run out of disc to review that I had, because I only had Innova, and I didn't want people to think that I was just an Innova creator, like I'm just an Innova fanboy, which I really am. But um, I really like Discmania. Before this channel, before I started like really making videos hard, I didn't really look at like, oh, I should try these random discs. Only time I ever tried a random disc that wasn't Innova was stuff that I found on the course. Um, I used to have an Envy. It was a really cool Envy. I really wish I would have kept it because I didn't know that I was going to love throwing MVP. I love my MVP bag. It's right over there. It's great. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I was hoping for Innova, but I don't know if you watch Grip Locked. I mean, I'm not trying to name drop everybody. You know, I'm not trying to be advertisement for everybody. But in Grip Lock, I think Trevor did make a joke about players that go to Innova, just their careers go to die. I think that was Connor. Anyway, that upset me. Come on, dude. Like, I know that Innova's not the best when it comes to like how they treat their pros. I feel like they treat them good, but as far as where like the money is, there's a reason why Emerson Keith left, and there's obviously a reason why Big Germ left, which shocked me. It's like I still can't believe he left. It just seems like, and Ken Climo, like that's been his whole life. I don't think he's ever been. I mean, before he was dominating with Innova, I don't think there was. I think that was his first and only sponsor this whole time. He's left Innova though, and which, why would you leave a company if they've been like the main thing the whole time? I wonder how many offers he's given up, especially after 12 world titles. That is insane. But I think he went to Discraft, but I think it's still not completely confirmed yet. I seen something that said that it wasn't like 100%. So he might be a free agent still. He wasn't really, but he did come out with a new Ken Climo logo, which is really interesting. You might be seeing some discs with that on there. I don't know if it's gonna be Discraft, but I would love to see him get out there and play before he can't anymore. I already feel like one thing I was gonna say about Isaac Robinson going to Latitude 64. And by the way, now that since we were just on the topic of me like branching out to different discs, I've never thrown a Latitude 64 disc. Never. I have no idea what they feel like. I don't know. You know, I always compare to Innova. Anything that I throw, I'm like, when I do like a review on it, something flies like a T-bird. I'm like, that's what I compare it to. And that's why I'm doing another series pretty soon. I was just talking about it, but I'm not going to give too much away. I got some big stuff coming up this year, though. So if you guys are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you're listening to this later on the official podcast things, come on over to my YouTube channel where everyone's watching this right now. Stephen Kitchen's Disc Off. And this was the first episode of Let's Talk Disc Golf. So yeah, remember next Saturday at 7, I will be going live every week to talk about the big news. And this week it had some big news. There's going to be big news all the way until the season's started. And then after that, we got the Pro Tour to talk about. But write down your questions you want to ask next week. Come by, ask them, and I wouldn't expect it, but look out to see if there will be a guest next week. Maybe we can try out some potential co-host of the show. It is weird sitting there talking to myself, but I'm so used to it now, it's insane. I will catch you guys later, and I'll catch you next week, but I will have some videos coming up before Saturday. I don't upload on Saturdays, so this will be podcast time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by. Subscribe if you haven't. Like the video so the algorithm can have its way with it after you have your way with the like button. And I will see you and talk disc golf with you next week. See ya. And now this is the awkward time between me switching back over to OBS to stop the stream. All right, now it's over. See ya. Okay. Stream will stop and no longer be live. So this is your last chance. I'm out of here. Long outro. Real long outro. And see